Estate Association co-founder and Compass real estate broker Jason Haber. And Jason, let's make this relevant to everybody who's watching, not just New Yorkers, because California implemented a mansion tax for houses over $5 million, and you started to see those sales
didn't work
drop.
at all. It's unlikely to work in New York. Like, let's be clear. If we impose these taxes, what happens is there are less transactions. You know what happens if there's less transactions? It means there's less real property transfer tax, which is exactly what funds New York City public schools, fire, police, parks, and playgrounds. If anything, what this city should be doing right now is encouraging more, not less transactions.
Is luring these people.
Well, sure. Well, the problem we have right now is if you have less transactions, people are going to walk. Then the city won't have enough funding for all the great things that make the city so wonderful. So look, right now we should be encouraging transactions. We're not. We're encouraging more taxes. You know that all cash tax? Do you know that that's looked at as a luxury tax? I know it's not. 60% of all transactions in this city across all 5 boroughs are all cash. All cash is not a loophole. It's the backbone of our system here. And now we're looking to tax it.
Do you think it's all cash lately because mortgage rates are so high?
Well, you know, we're in the monthly payment business, and there are some people who simply don't want to pay 6.5% mortgages, and so they go all cash. It becomes a more attractive route. There's also, they don't have to pay the mortgage recording tax if you pay all cash. So the argument goes, well, then they should be paying the tax if they're all cash, so they're not paying the mortgage recording tax. You know what? I say waive the mortgage recording tax for first-time buyers in New York. That'll make it much more affordable for them. I thought we were all supposed to be talking about affordability, right? Where did that conversation go? Governor Hochul in January, what did she say? She said, no new taxes this year. We can make transformative investments in our state without raising taxes. That's a quote. January 14th, she said that. And now all we're talking about are more and more taxes in the state.
I do just want to point out, when you're talking about 30-year fixed rates, we just saw, according to Mortgage News Daily, that the average is now at 6.75%, and that is the highest since July of last year, which in essence means that we're seeing rates go up. That's in the wrong direction.
That's right.
Today, the 10-year, which of course pretty much mortgage rates are set upon, or at least track, it's coming down, but it recently just hit a 16-month high. So they're buyers and sellers are getting hit from all angles. So if I am somebody who's watching right now who wants to buy a home, whether it's New York State or anywhere else, what is your best advice?
My best advice is I hope they saw the Knicks game last night, because they want to be like the Knicks. The Knicks didn't quit, and buyers shouldn't quit. Because one of the good things that's happening right now around this country, both Democratic and Republican governors understand we have a supply crisis. And the only way we can fix that supply crisis is by building more. And we're seeing that now around the country, and that's a really good long-term trend to look at.
Nationally, the House of Representatives voted today on the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, and they tweaked it a bit. It goes back to the Senate. But in essence, this would prevent institutional investors that own more than 350 single-family homes from buying more properties. President Trump doesn't think that these big companies that are soaking up all of the inventory should be allowed to. How do you feel about that? There's people on both sides of this.
That's right. I think President Trump makes a good point here. There are certain markets where there's a really high concentration of these corporatized owners, and we don't want people pushed out of the buying market because they can't compete with a giant corporation. In some markets, it's not really a factor, but there are certain parts of the country where this will make a big difference.
Jason, you and I have been talking a long time.
I know.
And, this, to me, is one of the biggest challenges New York City's ever faced.
It is. It is a tough moment for the city. These taxes, and there's a COPA bill in the city council. There's a lot of headwinds in the real estate market here, but things change quickly, and we're on it.
Thanks, Jason.
Good to see you.